Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. There is my man with his Houston rockin' Houston hat, the one, the only.
A-Train Arlington Lane, baby. What's up, dude?
How are you today?
So stupid. I'm doing okay, man.
I know.
Christmas was great, bro. I can't lie.
Was it good? Hey, so speaking of Christmas, we have a new sponsor.
That's right.
As you see, Teal Alpaca. This is my Battlehawk inspired hat. So if you are an XFL fan and would like a team colored hat like this, or ear warmers, scarf, whatever, go over to Teal Alpaca on Facebook, and you can get your hat just like mine. This is the Battlehawk colors. I am going to have one for every single team. For every single team, Arlington, I will have one.
Yes, sir. And as you can see on our banner down at the bottom, you can see that we have added our sponsor to our show. Hey, make sure that you go and you check us out on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Or if you're outside that, you can check it on Pro Football Alliance on Facebook and YouTube as well. You can see right there, sponsored by the Teal Alpaca. So, yeah, definitely I'm grateful to be back. I actually stepped away for just a small minute. I was in Louisiana for about a day. Up, there go my light. My light just went down.
You gotta love it. The most unprofessional professional show on the internet is us.
Yes, but I'm going to get my light together. But go ahead, continue.
You're going to get it together? Well, we're going to bring in one of the newest members of our team. He is geared towards all of you young people out there, which I don't like any of you because you're all millennials and you're all a pain in the butt.
That means you're treating him bad too, man. Like, what are you doing?
No. I'm not part of that, man. I'm part of the old school, man.
No, you're not. I mean,
hey,
look.
I don't claim them, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't claim those people, bro.
Welcome, Kincaid, to the program once again. Kincaid, how you doing? How was your Christmas, man?
Man, it was cool, man. We went over to have some dinner with some family, good relatives. You know, we all kind of saw each other, my cousins, my aunts and uncles and stuff. So it's cool to kind of be around them and stuff. You know, always have a good Christmas. My favorite holiday of the year. So I'm just glad I got to see everyone. I hope everybody else had a Merry Christmas as well, man. How did y'all's Christmas go?
It was quite delightful.
All right, Arlington, go on, because I'll say this. Yours truly had to make Christmas dinner because my wife got stuck she got stuck in Baltimore. She went and seen her sister and my brother-in-law and our nieces and nephews for Christmas, and she got stuck in Baltimore. So yours truly, dirty. I had to make a Christmas ham, and luckily, as you see, I'm still alive. So
can you trust it? Can you trust it?
Ooh, yeah, so nobody died, so that was a good
man. That's kudos, man. Listen, as long as you throw down in the kitchen a little bit, man, you good, man. As long as you have a little bit of soul in the food and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You be good.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, I tried my best. Let's put it like that.
Oh my God.
You know, nobody died, so that's always a plus, right? That's always a plus.
Always.
Yeah. So, boys, I mean, really not a lot. We're 52 days away from kickoff, right?
52 days, man. It's crazy.
I mean, the biggest news was everybody's like, "Where's the schedule? Where's the schedule?" Hey, I got somebody to say hot water time. Hot water. So, look, here's what I'm going to say to everybody. Look, we were all wanting this schedule, right? Okay. But we didn't get it because everybody was a bad boy. And Dwayne Claus decided to be a Grinch and give every XFL fan a lump of coal. That's why we didn't get this schedule for Christmas. So thank you, everybody, for ruining my Christmas because I wanted this schedule. But no, we all had to be Grinches. So Dwayne Claus gave us a lump of coal. Now, fellas, I say that to say this. What do you guys think of that? I mean, if you go look at 2020, the schedule was released back in October, right? We are now 52 days away. is the XFL committing a fumble here by not releasing the schedule? Because if you look, Frontier just did another sale to Vegas for 19 hours, another flash sale.
It did another one. It did another one, man. Yeah, look who complained. Who's complaining?
I wonder if it's just for like anticipation. I wonder if they're still trying to like, build up that anticipation, that excitement for the fans. It's like, oh no, you're gonna keep waiting. You're gonna really buy into it once we're releasing this stuff. So I just wonder, because after it ended, back in the COVID year, if they're just still trying to build it up, I guess. I was looking over some updates to the XFL. I know it talked about how Mark Davis is kind of like distracting the fans away from the Vegas team and stuff, and how it kind of throws off like the anticipation, what the XFL can bring to the audience. So my only explanation is probably the anticipation is why they haven't released it yet. I think they want more people to buy in, I guess. And once we have that whole group, wanting to see it, more and more people, then they release it. So I wonder if they're just still trying to get more people to kind of buy into the XFL. I guess it's a good strategy. I mean, what do you think? I don't know, but that's my assumption with the
who wants to go? I mean, first of all, let's go to here.
Hey, nice to meet you, Mr.
Brian. Yeah,
Brian says, "Nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you. I'm just happy to be.
Sandy's right here. COVID is back on the rise again. That is true. It is. I mean, look, I have a feeling a lot still has to do with, we've talked about it on the show and all of that stuff. And Kincaid, like you said, you started doing some research about it. I think a lot of it has to do with the whole Allegiant Stadium thing. I mean, Arlington, when we were in Vegas, we found out for the draft, we found out some very interesting things about the cost of what it would cost for them to use Vegas, right? And then Mark Davis has it to where, I mean, you have a completely empty stadium in Sam Boyd, but Mark Davis put it into the contract for UNLV that nobody else could use Sam Boyd Stadium. And now Sam Boyd Stadium needs to get some
major renovation. Renovation, yeah. Some major renovation.
And I know everybody keeps saying Cashman Field. Well, Arlington, we learned while we were in Vegas. And as you dig and do digging, the Fieri brothers, who used to own UFC, who have a major contact with Redbird Capital and Jerry Gardona from Redbird Capital, they just built a brand new football stadium for Bishop Gordman Stadium. So Are they going to Bishop? I mean, scuttlebutt around Vegas is that's where they're going. Now, again, this is all dirty speculation. I don't know if it's true or not. But, I mean, if you go back and do the research, it all points that way.
And if you paid attention over this past week or the week beforehand, if you paid attention and you saw that there was a big showcase in Vegas, right? You saw that ESPNU had put out a game at Bishop Gorman, right? So they did. So since they put a game out there, that speculation is going to nearly come true, because you wouldn't go out to Bishop Gorman and film a game, go live from there, if you don't have something planned or something that you have in mind that you're going to put out there. Now, granted, Bishop Gorman is a way smaller venue than all the other stadiums that are in the XFL, but you got to understand, they're not going to be there for a long period of time. And I know people look at it as it's going to be a joke because it's going to be under 10,000 fans, but you got to understand it. The high demand for a small stadium and that they end up packing the stadium will lead to bigger venues down the road. People are always looking at it as, because it's small, you're a joke. Look, arena football don't even get those type of audiences anymore, right? They don't even do that with fan control football. No offense to them, but they don't have that type of audience where they're packing in to go see a football game. And plus, a lot of people crap on and it's sad though, but it's football, but they crap on it because it's 7-on-7, not 11-on-11. That's my thing, is that even with that being said, it's like a 5,000, you're going to see good football. That's the point. That's all it's about, is making sure that there's a good football game that's being presented.
Look, I'll say this. If we watched anything, did you watch Monday night game? The first 7 possessions.
Pretty bad.
3 and out, 2 interceptions. Listen, if I hear one person in 2023 say, "Oh, the XFL's garbage. This is terrible football," you need to go back and watch the NFL 2022 season, because it was some terrible football this year. Go on, Kincaid.
Yeah, or just watch Denver. Just watch the entire Denver Broncos. Tell me. Listen, I know Russell's on the team, man, but you tell me if that's entertainment. Lowest scoring offense in the league with a Super Bowl champion, made himself, into a high caliber QB over the year, being just a shell of himself. So, I mean, like you said before, if anybody says the XFL is boring, when a lot of this stuff's going on with these other teams, and don't get me wrong, this year has been some of the most I've seen with like parity. The biggest parity I've seen in the league in a long time, with the bad teams doing good, versus the good teams doing bad. So, you can't just say it's boring, man. I mean, and that's the thing. We just kind of jump to assumptions too much, and we kind of just assume the worst case scenario instead of giving it an opportunity, giving it a chance to work. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before on the last show, I'm all about opportunities and chances. So, I mean, you got to keep pushing and keep this thing going, no matter what. So, I'm totally with you on that.
Right. Now, so I'm going to go kind of here, because, we are pretty much, and there really hasn't been a lot of news. I will show this. Let me show this, because Vegas is actually on a move. So something's got to be up with Vegas, right? Something has to be up with Vegas, okay? I mean, there's just something to it, right? Vegas, not that one. I want to go here. Look, I mean, Vegas just hired an offensive coordinator right here.
Dwayne
Taylor. So, I mean, something's got to be going on if they're going to be hiring people.
And I remember Mike Mitchell over at XFL News Hub had that announced months ago, because the rumor at that time was, before he decided to go to the USFL, Akil Glass was looked at for Vegas, because Dwayne Taylor was Akil Glass's offensive coordinator over at Alabama A&M University. Yep. The illustrious Alabama A&M University, by the way. So I just want to let that be.
Hold on. I wonder, hey, Kincaid, if you haven't realized, I wonder whose alma mater that is. I'm just trying to think here. I'm going to scratch my head. Kincaid, what school do you go to?
I go to Washington State University.
Now, hey, bro, what school do you go to? What school did you go to?
Alabama A&M University.
Oh, there we go. The cheap plug for Alabama A&M University.
Yeah,
and a cheap plug. Listen, you guys want your XFL-inspired hats for those cold winter days, or any, like a scarf, gloves, mittens, right here, Teal Alpaca. Go to Teal Alpaca on Facebook right now. Send them over a message. Tell them what team colors you want, and you'll get an XFL-inspired hat. With that being said, listen, something's got to be going on in Vegas. I mean, they just hired their new team president, right?
Yeah, there's also some other new hirings too, man.
You hire your new I mean, the biggest thing is Vegas. Everybody wants Vegas, right? I get it.
Right.
I get it. Like you said, Arlington, they're having the stuff. And Kincaid, like you said, you want quality football, right? I have a feeling, and then Brian said here, I haven't seen anything official on that. He said the players have officially signed their contracts, which is cool. I mean, there's something more in concrete. I do know that players had to have their contracts signed by the end of the year. I know that. But I haven't seen any new contracts coming out yet. Now, look, it's like this. We've waited 31 months now.
Yeah.
We're 52 days away. I understand that the schedule is a big deal. We are a little bit behind. That is there's 2 batches of cookies left. Arlington, like we like to say, right? Vegas venue and the schedule.
Vegas is what's, if you ain't known it by now, and if you haven't figured it out by now, it might as well be said. The Vegas venue is what's holding up the schedule. If you have to see it to understand. If you've been following what's been going on these last few months, I know a lot of times we like to put our blinders on because we don't want to believe what's going out there. But if we're keeping it a buck, that's what's holding it up. All right. But you have to be patient about it. Listen, we're going to get February 18th. We're going to have a game. A lot of people saying, well, what if they don't have a venue? Do you know they do have a venue that they can go to and play if need be? There is several venues that can be had, where you can play a game, especially one known as Choctaw Stadium in Arlington. And they're just going to have to be a nomad team that plays down there. Now, you might say, oh, well, they may throw off what's going on. The XFL already have backup at the backup at the backup at the backup, but they're trying to get the best possible thing for them right now. And that's what they're shooting for. The backup is if all else fails. And they get to the 11th hour, which everybody believes in. That's what it is right now. And it's not, honestly. The 11th hour will probably be February 11th. Hell, it'll probably even be February 18th itself. But they'll try to get things done way before then. But my point is, there is something already for Vegas if there isn't any venue for them in Vegas. That's what I want people to understand. It's going to happen whether they have the venue or they don't. They're just trying to get the best possible venue for them where they can play for 2023. Excuse me, because it's right around the corner. So, yeah, I'm a little bit under the weather. My trip was fine. I went to Louisiana for a little bit, came right back, won a little grip. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling pretty good about myself for this week. And hopefully, I'm hoping this schedule does drop. I know everybody's getting impatient about it, but I'm riding the wave as we progress throughout this timeline through the XFL.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Kincaid, where are you sitting at with it?
Yeah,
look.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Finish. Go on.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I'm kind of with Atron on that. You kind of just have to stay patient and just ride the wave as much as you can, especially with, a lot of stuff going on right now. People are just, it's becoming mixed now, because, it kind of relates to the NFL because when I talk about parity, a lot of these bad teams are looking forward to the XFL. They want to see something else besides their team getting their butts kicked every week. So,
hey, Houston!
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so Houston, we're looking at Houston. We're looking at the Raiders are definitely up there now because of the way Derek Carr has finished the game. So, you can tell the anticipation is going to really start rising in venues like Vegas, Houston. I don't know if Miami has a team, but I know somewhere in Florida, Miami's really down bad. So, but they'll be rooting for the Florida team. I know the Tampa team that's coming in. So, but yeah, you kind of just have to look at that as well. And I think with that happening, that patience level is only going to, I think, get better because people are willing to wait to see, what this whole, league's going to be about. So, I'm with A-Trend on that 100% in terms of being patient.
Yeah, look, it's like this. Who cares? We're happy. We should be happy that the XFL is coming back, right?
Exactly.
But it's funny, if you've noticed, the most vocal guy on the XFL, about the XFL, and talking about the XFL season kicking off and stuff like that, is Coach Anthony Beck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to play something right here from Coach Beck. So let me pause it. Let me go back. We're going to go to here. So here's something I find very interesting. And I want to see if you guys catch this, okay? And somebody had pointed this out to me about Coach Beck and what he's been saying. So let me unpause it.
Battlehawk fans, training camp is around the corner. But before we get there, I just want to wish you and your families a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, Happy Holidays to all. Go Battlehawks.
Now, did you guys notice anything
in the shot or what he said?
in his what he said? Have you guys noticed anything?
Training camp was around the corner.
Yeah.
Training camp's around the corner. Okay. But did he mention, because remember, Coach Beck's first big thing was #fill the top. Right there. Right? He hasn't said that in his last few posts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, he hasn't said anything about kickoff in his last few posts, right? So, again, Dirty just drawing conclusions and speculation. Is there really going to be a kickoff come 2020 in February of 2023? I mean, like if you go and listen, like Bob Stoops had just did a thing, right? He didn't talk about the XFL or about kickoff, okay, in his Christmas special.
If that's the case, you don't mention training camp.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
You don't mention training camp at all. If you're saying that there's no kickoff, you don't mention anything about training camp. So they're going on as scheduled. That's what it sounds like. When you say training camp is around the corner, granted, there hasn't been much said about a supplemental draft that's coming up next month. We know the venues was been the holdup, but you don't mention it. Coach Beck doesn't mention training camp if he doesn't believe that there's a season that's going to happen, or he doesn't mention it at all.
It is like a vague vibe when they talk about training camps around the corner. Like, how long do you think around the corner is? You think it's still in February? You think it might be later down the road? Maybe that's what people are kind of like confused on, when he says, around the corner. Because that can mean a lot of things. I've had people tell me, this is just around the corner and it can be about 4 to 6 months. It can be up to a year. So, I mean, it can definitely fall into that category. But, I mean, I can kind of see where there's like a vague, perception when he says that.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, here's another interesting fact. So let it pull up right here. If you notice, Mr. Ben DiNucci, the quarterback for your team.
Yep,
your team, Cade. He says, "Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is an XFL 2023 schedule. Sincerely, an avid fan." Now, the one thing they did release, the XFL did release, was that Zoe was their official partner. Now, if we go to their Twitter, now this is all, you can find all this on the XFL's Twitter page, right? So let's go up to right here, because this, thanks to Reed over there at the Markcast,
we all share a hunger.
Here's their commercial.
And we all have something to bring.
That was on Monday Night Football, apparently.
Coming 2020.
And look, and it say the same date. All right. It says the same date. It hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, it is the same exact commercial that came on the previous week, has been stated.
Have something to bring.
So,
the XFL coming 2023.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
We all play a part.
But look, I'm getting to a point where I'm kind of starting to get a little worried. I'm not saying that we're not going to kick off or anything like that, right? I mean, like right here, what Sandy says. Do you think that's COVID's on the rise? I mean, it could be.
Well, I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. If it cancels again because of COVID, you might as well. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean, man.
Like here, what Kevin says. I agree 100% that they are shooting themselves in the foot when it comes to the reputation, and that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
These are the fans that's speaking up,
Right, yeah. You got to remember.
But I still have faith in it. You know what I mean? I had it like same way I felt in 2020 about it. It's the same way I do feel about it now in 2020, headed towards 2023. Is that there's still going to be a season, and then they're still going to play. Because you're not getting these contracts together. You're not getting these commercials out there, Dirty, and sitting there being like that. We're still going to play February 18th. It's still out there. Yeah. You don't mention training camp unless you know that there's a season that's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Look, you're right. You're right. Now, like what Brian says here, if it was a COVID thing, would you see the effects in other events? I mean, yeah. And right here, like Andrew says, they're missing out on a lot of ticket sales, not having a schedule. Again, I will go back to the Vegas thing. Frontier just offered a $19 4-hour flash sale to Vegas. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, Kincaid, let me ask you this. A guy being in Seattle, okay? You're talking what? At an hour flight to Vegas? Arlington, for you from Houston, what are we talking?
3 hours.
45-minute flight?
Yeah.
So yeah, less than 3 hours.
Okay. Now think about it. If they had the Vegas schedule out, which is going to be, if they had the schedule out in a Vegas venue, which is going to be the hottest ticket in the XFL, hands down, the hottest ticket will be the Vegas Vipers, where they are. But if you could go on Frontier and fly round trip for what? We're talking $38 for a game. Would you not do it?
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I mean,
You'd be kind of foolish not to do that.
know what I'm saying? And like I said, I mean, it's kind of that analogy, the cart before the horse. You know, you kind of have you put, you know, the ticket, you get the ticket sales out, but you don't talk about the schedule. You know, and then that's going to kind of draw some, you know, that's kind of going to raise some flags. It's like, you know, what's going on here? It's like I want to see who our competition is going to be. You know, I want to make plans to travel to this city. I might have family there. I might want to go to the game with. You know, so it's like, you know, when the ticket sales coming out, you know, there has to be a plan ahead of time, I think. So. Because, yeah, like I said, people travel all the time to go see family. I mean, I have family in Kansas City. I wanted to go to that Hawks game in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the schedule's already been out. So you can plan to meet people to kind of go to those events with. So, I mean, it's just stuff that has to kind of be set in stone in order for, you know, other things to kind of fall into line, I think.
Nah, see, I love what Brett says. Oh, I'm glad you guys are calling out this regime. Please continue. We're not calling him out. You guys are calling him out.
Yeah, exactly. We're not calling them out. You guys are doing it.
We're just telling
We're
you
not doing anything.
We're just saying how you guys feel. You know,
We're not doing it.
We're saying.
I love it, man.
I love Brett. I love Brett. I mean, look, and then again, what was it? I was just looking at something and now I lost it because there's always something. Here it is, you know, Dwayne Claus. I'm going to show you guys this one. And this is why we all got the lump of coal, because everybody was crabbing and complaining, you know. And Dwayne Claus should have said in his tweet, "Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays" from Dwayne Claus.
Oh, the one where he lost his dignity?
Yep, you get a lump of coal because he goes, "Oh, my bad, figures." You got to love Brett. "Oh, my bad, figures." So you got to give it to Dwayne. He's a little mad at everybody because, you know, we were all being bad boys and girls. Look, I'm going to tell you this. I got a gift certificate to the XFL shop, right? Okay. Went on there. I wanted to buy me some joggers. Arlington, you know, I only wear certain hats, flex fits, right? But yet they don't have all the items for all the teams. So all the extra large joggers were sold out. The 2 flex fits hats that I wanted from Arlington and the Vipers, extra large, were sold out. So my question is were they really sold? Listen, were they really sold out or were they just never made?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think that question becomes, if they sold out, you got to almost got to start doing a little deeper dive. Hey, who got their merchandise?
I mean, so I go on Facebook or I go on Twitter.
Right.
Go on, Kincaid, while I find what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you might just have to kind of like what A-Train said, you know, to do a deeper search, you know, kind of start asking around and kind of doing like your own little investigation, like your own forensic, you know, science thing. You know, it's like, hey, okay, let me find the traces that lead to this. You know, is this out? Is this really here? Or, you know, is it just all a mirage? Is it all a joke and stuff? So, yeah, I kind of agree doing like your little research and seeing what's out there, you know. I know I would if I was trying to, you know, get some merchandise. I definitely try to do everything to find out. I'm relentless in those type of things, dude. So,
and then, you know,
I don't care.
This,
you know,
with this official and like what Brian said about waiting for Under Armour merchandise, are they really starting to put the I know it's already has some Under Armour stuff, but are they making more and whatnot to, get ready for the flux of people that's ready for this merchandise? The jerseys have been teased for a minute, like get yours now. And then they just made a couple of hirings. I mean, they made a hiring, especially in Orlando, and then they made a hiring in the front office with chief content, right? And then Janet Duke have been elevated to chief marketing. So it's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So look, like I said, I wanted to go buy some XFL merchandise, right? I'm an extra large guy. I like wearing 2X hoodies. That's what this hoodie is, right? I wear flex fit hats. I mean, this was the 47 brand, and look at it. It stretched out. It was garbage, right? I mean, it really was. It really was it was 47's a garbage brand.
Yeah.
Under Armour is a much better brand. But when you try to go on there to buy the to buy the merchandise, and it's not there, it's not there. I mean, like you said, like Brian said, are they waiting for the actual Under Armour merchandise? Hell, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, what do we know? All we do know is this. There's 7 people hired. Okay, we have 7 venues. 1 venue not being played. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they got to do something with 52 days left. I mean, it's
the more that people that are getting hired, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be jumping on them, talking about, all right, let's get this thing moving. All right, we got a league to play.
Now, speaking of being hired, let's look at it, because the XFL just hired somebody 8, and this was 40 minutes ago. Okay. Bill McMullen joins the XFL as Chief Content Officer. So now if we click on the press release, which we did get the press release. So it says that now, here's the one thing that we do, what we have noticed about the XFL. A lot of these hires have already happened and have been happening. No, Andrew, I will not go to the Chinese XFL jersey makers because they don't fit me. They're garbage. And who is going to be the XFL commissioner? I mean, it's already kind of been established that it's going to be kind of Danny Garcia and Russ Brandon as the commissioners, basically, of the XFL. But
it's got to be. I know we sit back and we say this all the time, man. If you don't make Danny Garcia, if she's not the commissioner of the XFL, it's going to be a problem.
Right, like right here. Like Jimmy says, it's coming. Be patient, grasshopper.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's get back to Bill. Now, Arlington, this is something kind of funny, because when we were in Vegas, there was a certain individual that was there at the ESPN studios.
Okay.
I wonder if it might have been that guy on the screen right there that I have.
Bill McCullough?
Yeah. So, Kincaid, do this.
Okay.
Go to Bill McCullough's LinkedIn page.
Okay.
Okay. And let's see kind of where he's been at while I read this. Remember, Arlington, he was supposedly there in Vegas. That was in November, right?
Yeah, that was last month.
So it says that today the XFL announces that the 11-time Emmy Award winner, Bill McCullough, is joining the league as Chief Content Officer, reporting to XFL President Russ Brandon. Current Chief Marketing and Content Officer Janet Dukes has been elevated to Chief Marketing and Team Business Operations Officer. No, now let's really get into it. So what Mr. McCullough brings is 25 years of experience in content development and a strategy to the league. Before joining the XFL, he was an executive vice president for one of the world's most predominant and influential gaming organizations, Flans Clan, which he also has worked with cross departments such as GoFundMe, GoPro, HBO Sports, and was the creative director and owner of Wonderland Productions.
Okay.
So, Here is the question
Okay.
with Mr. McMullen.
McCullough. Come on, man. You ain't that damn dumb. I know you're not.
Yes,
you're
I
not
am.
that damn dumb, dude.
That's
Not that
your
damn
job.
dumb.
That's what you're there for.
But you're not that dumb, man. Come on, dude.
Yeah, he just
Is this a
go ahead.
no? Go on, Kincaid. What did he do?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, he just posted, his excitement for becoming the chief content officer on his LinkedIn page. I'm just looking through his activity right now on here. Let's see.
Now, with you being one of those millennial guys, Kincaid, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This guy was working for FaZe Clan Gaming. Okay.
Man, you know gaming. That game has risen so much, man. You like I said, you wouldn't believe some of the names that are part of MLG now. That did a lot of stuff back then for other organizations.
Please explain what MLG is, because I'm a Gen Xer, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, Major League Gaming. So it's kind of like how there's MLB, MLS. I mean, we have a platform for gaming now. So guys who play like Fortnite, Apex Legends, they're all a part of that, And I'm not sure, but I'm a good old Madden player. So I'm also old school football Madden player. So I competed professionally last year. So I think that's a part of LG. So,
Hold on.
Yeah, so I'm trying to
Damn.
on the Madden.
Hold on, man.
So I like I said, man, I began down with some Madden, so just trying to get myself better. I want to compete. They have tournaments in Arlington, I think, and I think in Dallas as well.
Yeah, hey, we know about that. Now that's the one thing we know about.
Listen, good for you, Dan. You're a Gen Xer and you know what MLG is. Good for you. Whoop-de-doo. You know what that is. I had no idea what the hell that was.
Hey, but I guarantee you,
I appreciate
those are the people that you want to. Those are the people you want to nab when you're doing this iteration of the XFL. Is you want to grab those gamers? You want to grab those football gamers. You know what I mean? So that's something that's special. And man, just hearing that from you, Kincaid, just brought a lot of light to it. And that you're a professional gamer yourself. And we got to see that 2 years ago. When we were in Arlington, we saw the hotel that we stayed at. Literally, the esports arena was next door.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, so and it got serious. It was serious over there. It's serious business.
Now they don't play, man. Like I've been watching those guys for a minute, and just kind of seeing how they go about their business. If I ever get to that level, I want to take some of the stuff they do and put it into my game. And I watch those guys all the time heavily. So,
and that's having a chief content guy like Bill McCullough means a lot to the league. I know, because what it's going to be presented. And I'm hoping in the visual that we get is something that that can transform sports as a whole. It's like we keep getting that with different people in different realms all the time, especially when it comes to sports. Remember, let's not forget, it's probably irrelevant, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. Is you remember when they tried to do the 4K TV and they tried to have this big realm of how that one was going down, right? And it didn't work out because it was too soon. They were saying something to that nature, where it's almost too soon, but it's relevant for the time that we're at now. Like what we're gonna engage in, what we're gonna see when we watch an XFL game. Behind the scenes looks, that type of thing, And all
right, so Dan says that he is he does the MLG thing, and he says he's a Mortal Kombat, Diablo 3, and a Madden player. Absolutely. Well, Dan, put your little tag up there so people can go watch your stream when you go and broadcast, because that's what this is all about.
Absolutely.
I mean, look, I think it's a great deal that they brought in Bob, okay, because of the experience he has, and like Kincaid said, and like Arlington, like you had said, that we had seen the E-Game stadium that they had there in Dallas. We saw the one they had in Vegas, that massive one they had in Vegas. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, now if this guy knows that and he's bringing, so I mean, he's going to be targeting to the guys like you, Kincaid, and the guys like Dan who are on the MLB stuff, I mean, the main question is like, how do they target to that market? Like with me and Arlington, I mean, Arlington's getting to the end of the Gen X. You're getting ready to the Gen Z.
Shut up, Gen
I'm
Z.
just saying. I'm Gen X. I mean,
Shut up. You in that Gen Z. Oh, I thought you was talking about Z. I thought you were talking about C, not Z. Good God Almighty. help me.
I mean, what else are you? I mean, like,
Gen
so
Z.
let's really go with this, okay? Because we're all from 3 different generations, okay?
Yeah.
Hell, Mark Bland says you're a millennial.
I am considered a millennial. I am considered.
Are you
that.
serious?
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm sitting here working
But they
with
change it up
millennials.
so freaking much. They change it up so freaking much. I was Gen X one year, the next year I was a millennial. So right now I'm
look.
labeled as a millennial.
But listen,
Who
man,
wants to start this? Who wants to start? How do they market to each one of our generations? Who wants to start? Should we start with the youngest one first?
You might as well start with the youngest one, man, because it's like, what's the best way to do it?
Okay.
well, I mean, so yeah, so you take a guy who's represented like for example, say somebody represented like Mike Tyson, and then represents a newer boxer like Floyd Mayweather, through the years. So it kind of just shows generations of people who fought before, and people who are currently fighting now. So maybe it's like Tyson Fury currently and stuff, and then you put them all into one and show him that he is the main guy at the XFL. Show him how his work led to these people or helped these people's success, like Tyson, Mayweather, Fury. Maybe have like a line of success, that they've helped people with, and kind of to show that into like a whole advertisement. I would say maybe that's something to kind of get it started. To kind of lead a spark, because people, they're like, oh, I used to watch Mike Tyson, I used to watch Floyd. Maybe this will be something, because we knew how great they turned out to be. So maybe that could be something that could be incorporated within the XFL in terms of advertising, in terms of promoting and marketing and stuff.
Okay.
All right, Arlington, you're next, since and then like Mark Bland says, he's a borderline millennial with gray areas.
Okay. I look at it like this: that to market to me, just make sure you have a good product, man. You know what I mean? It's just to because right now we'll get like real iffy because we're thinkers, and so it's like, hey, if you don't have a decent enough product, why do I want to do anything with you? And I think that's the same for you too, Dirty. Like, I don't think you're just going to accept anything, because millennials are a lot of times don't want to accept it. I'm 84. I'm an 84 baby. And so, if my attention span is it can be short as well. Like, if it ain't something that's gonna pop, I'm not gonna want to watch it. And some might say I'll give it a chance before I jump off of it. And so it's gonna have to be eye popping. If it ain't eye popping if you don't get me within the first 20 seconds, I may not tune in. And some of the things that they put out there, it's been eye-popping for me. I'm just going to speak for me. And I'm a gamer myself. I like to do that type of thing. And, hey, I want something that I can correlate next to the product. So, for instance, if XFL wanted to put out a video game, let's go. Put that out there.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? Put it out there. And trust me, a lot of the players in the league will want it because they want to see themselves in the video game.
What Mark said right there, man. If the XFL video game comes out, it better be like NFL Blitz. And I'm 100%.
It won't. It won't.
The way they
won't.
Madden, bro. Listen, I'm not trying to bash Madden, dude, but Madden.
But see, okay, since you said that, Madden is going to be the same game for as long as it needs to be. And the reason that that's the case is because there's no competition out there against them. So they can do whatever the hell they want to do with their game. The same reason why 2K is what it's doing right now. They have no competition anymore. They put NBA Live out of business. Madden put away NFL 2K and everybody else out.
NBA Live was good, though. I liked NBA Live. I don't know, man.
But the thing is,
they still make NBA Live. I prefer
Where?
NBA Live.
Where? You lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying, dude. NBA Live. Don't pull up some mobile crap that they've been pulling up No, you can't. That don't count.
Hey, I'm playing.
If you're not sitting down in front of a television and you're playing with a controller on it, if it doesn't say anything past 22, it don't even make sense. What you're saying is bull at this point.
Oh man.
So like, and you don't think that people on here, that young fans, and you can get their kids to say, hey,
Yeah.
you can play an XFL game. And you know the players will love themselves to be featured in the game.
Ooh.
If you did something like that.
Oh, my bad. The last one they made was NBA Live 2019.
My point exactly.
But they
My
just
point
confirmed NBA Live 2023 coming out.
Oh, it is.
No, he making that up just because he wanted to see it happen because he's tired of just the games like everybody else is.
All
Maybe.
right. Let me
Look,
pull
they're
it
trying to
back
get
up.
the college football game back out again.
Right. That's another thing. Think about this too, brother. If they make an XFL game and have it compete with Madden, you know how huge that would be for marketing.
Put a $20 price tag on it. Guess what?
Ooh, man.
Or $30 price tag. Even a $30 price tag would do it.
Right, man. Because right now,
Just
man,
imagine, folks, what type of offenses you could play on an XFL game that you can't play in a Madden one.
and
You
I'll
can't
say
make a
that-
double forward
here it
pass
Are you
in a
ready?
Madden game, right?
Are you ready?
You can't do that. That would be sick, man.
Dude, it'd be
Right,
wide
right
open.
here. This is from GameIdeas.fandom.com.
Oh man, don't do something.
NBA, the new NBA Live 23.
You want to make a point so freaking bad, it's a shame.
I'm just saying. Yeah, there it is.
What did this have a
The
release?
game was released August 22nd, August 26th of 2022.
Really?
Yep.
I
There
might
you go.
I ain't heard no. Look, okay, listen. We on social media all day, every day. I haven't heard a single soul on my timeline mention anything about NBA Live.
I would have been had it. You said that came out in
Sorry,
August.
I ain't
That's
seen
the
a
first
single
August.
soul talk about it. And you talking about this been out
August
for months?
26th.
That's a lie. And look where
That's
you
the
went
first
to. You went to a whole horse crappy
All right.
page
all right.
just to watch, just to see, get some information.
Hey man, I'm gonna say right now, going back to the XFL game, man, it is wide open what they can do because the way Madden's playing right now, with how bad the game is in terms of glitches, oh my god! I mean, woo,
I would expect that. You know, and even if they did, I know I was crapping on the live mobile game, but even if the XFL did a mobile game, little small mobile game,
yeah,
we got to remember people are on their phones a lot.
100%.
So imagine grabbing those, and then you have just casual gamers coming on, and they're getting on board with it.
Yeah, and
Just
that-
because
that-
they see it, it's like, oh, this looks fun. I want to play it.
Oh, it was only a digital download on Xbox. On it was only digital download.
Oh really?
That's still crap to
Apparently.
me, man. That's still crap. That's still crap to me.
I'm just saying. Whatever.
But my point is, you have to. So Dirty, you said you need to tell your side now. Like, what do you believe needs to be done?
So here's what it really needs to be. Right now, I'm the old school. We're the Generation X. We're the ones that we don't take excuses. We get things done. We go out and do it. Right. The Rock is in my generation. Right now, I get it that things have turned into social media and stuff like that. But why don't we have people on the ground? I mean, why don't we have people talking about this? You know, I get it that they're trying to hire people and stuff like that. I get it. But you have enough forums out there with shows like ours, with shows like Reed's, with Mark Perry's and the Mike Mitchells and the Stefans and the newsrooms, news hubs, the mayor, stuff like that, where you could just pump little information out to those people and say, hey, you're that millennial, get on that page and pump this out for us, where you don't have to pay a PR company to do it. Because as you see every single week, that's why we do this show now, Arlington, 3 days a week. There's enough people out there that want the XFL. Now you talk about straight up attention deficit syndrome. You're looking at the case study for attention deficit syndrome back in the 70s and the late 80s. I am that case study. When you want to talk about the book with Ritalin, that's me right there. Okay? Give us our little Ritalin pill of XFL info. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tease us. I mean, you've teased us enough. All you can do, Rock, is on Christmas Day, you could have said, hey, big announcement about the schedule coming in a few weeks. And guess what would have happened? It would have blown Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that up. And that's how you could have sat there and tickled our boobies, tickled our nipples with it. You could have tickled them. That's it. You could have just done this. And people would have been eating it up. I mean, that's what we want. Tickle us. Tickle us a little. That's all you got to do. Tickle us a little. Come on. Yeah. Come on, Rock. We smell what you're cooking. Now just tickle us a little. I mean, like right here.
I agree.
See, look. Right here. What the eyeballs, right?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does, Dan. He really does think that.
First
he
of all,
does.
Put
man.
Comment up there. Put that comment up there. I'm going to really piss people off in St. Louis because I don't care. Put it up there. First of all, Brett Hall is the biggest joke of a human being in St. Louis. Anybody that even respects that man remotely isn't a real person. That dude is a true definition of a D-bag. And if you want to find out why he is, feel free to reach out to me because I'll tell you some stories that I know personally of that man. He is not a very nice person at all.
Really?
All right. Well, the reason I got a comment from Greg. He said they should have hired all of the local staff.
Hold on, I'm going to go right back to it. Dan, hit me up. I will tell you stories. The dude is not a nice person at all.
What are you doing?
And is seriously a dude.
Who cares?
I can't stand people that stick up for that loser.
Yeah, we might need to hear one, man, for real.
So this right here, it said they should have hired all the local staff because Texas is getting all the love, which is true because they got 3 teams, and a lot of people was already on that. No. Like they shouldn't have had 3 teams. But you have to understand, Texas is a big state. It corners a lot. So you're going to get a lot of football out of that state, all right? There's nothing wrong with that.
It makes perfect sense. All I can say is to this. Sundays, church. That's all I can say. Oh, okay. Kincaid's gone. He'll be back in a minute. Let's do this.
Sorry about that. My thing.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. Go back to the comment we were talking about.
Yeah, about the Texas getting all the local staff and stuff. Because they are getting all the love.
All right. Well, here's the question. Are they really getting all the local staff, or is that where the main headquarters is going to be? Or is that where they're going, where the majority of the people are going to be traveling from the whole time? You know, I mean, you do realize, I mean, the XFL, we do know they hired a local lead. They hired one gal or one person centralized in Arlington, Texas at the headquarters to be the liaison for the entire league. And we've seen that the way it's been described and the way, as you see, the faces of your team are going to be your team presidents, which here in St. Louis, it will be Brandon Williams and Coach Beck. So Brandon Williams will be the local guy here in St. Louis. So each team will have their own team president that will be locally stationed in that city. Now, Again, I don't know if that's true or not, but as you can see, that's the way things are going. But the majority of them is probably the majority of your workers are all going to come out of Arlington, which makes sense because that's where your headquarters is. To me, I mean,
I agree.
Ryan, where's the actual XFL office? Choctaw Stadium, I think.
Choctaw Stadium, right next door to it.
It's inside Choctaw Stadium.
I mean, am I wrong? I mean, does that make sense? I mean, does it suck? Sure, it sucks.
Yeah.
But we're 52 days away, and all we got was a lump of coal for Christmas. Thanks to Wayne Claus.
But, I mean, right now it does seem like it's not going to happen, but I still got faith in it, man. Listen. And I've told you off air how I felt about, how this could go.
Now, Greg says they are hiring locally for sure, that he knows. Yeah, they are, but how much? How many people? I mean, like Kincaid, what do you have? You only have, 3 people locally in Seattle?
Yeah, about
That
3
you know.
That you know of.
Yeah, that I know, yeah.
Right. Arlington, you have what? No,
Got a
go
couple
on,
people.
Kincaid, finish.
Yeah, because I met Van at Red Robin, so that's one guy I know. I know a few other people who are kind of, connected with him and stuff. I say connected on LinkedIn and kind of follow them at least a little bit. So,
Right.
but yeah, it's not as much, as we would like out here, but at least it's something, but we're hoping to get more.
Yeah, now, I mean, I know in St. Louis we hired Brandon Williams, Brian Stahl, and then the new ticket guy. So there's 3 people here in St. Louis. Arlington, I think there's just 2 people right now, team president.
Yeah.
And then
They are they're trying to get the staff together here in Houston as well. And, they're also looking for definitely like people that want to work on the teams, like team managers and things, social media managers. They're looking for that, event operations. So, yeah, there's still some hires that got to be made, getting closer to kickoff. But, they made a couple here in Houston, too. I think they have a similar position that was been filled by, Brandon Williams has in St. Louis. So, that's been taken care of. So now, and one thing that I've seen in Houston, if you're on social media, that they're putting out for Houston Roughneck tickets. Mm-hmm. So if you go like anywhere on Facebook, you go on ads and stuff on Twitter, it mentions getting Houston Roughneck tickets. So they've been putting it out there in Houston. Get your tickets.
Yeah.
If you're a Roughnecks fan, if you're a Houston fan, and you're upset about what's been going on with the Houston Texans, and you want to see some potential winning football with Wade Phillips, go grab your tickets. I'm still rooting for Lovie Smith, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Hey, don't rule them out winning the last 2 games. They've been playing hard.
I know. Trust me.
Boy,
they've taken a lot of hits, but
the Cowboys and the Chiefs, right? Toe to toe with them.
Yeah, they ran toe to toe.
Boy,
yeah, and then beat a division leading Titans team. Without their starting quarterback, but still, the fact is a win is a win. Whoever you put out there is who you got to compete with. The same thing's going to be said when it gets down to the Houston Roughnecks season. Hey, I'm looking forward for some hard-hitting football since it's Wade Phillips that's out there doing the defensive stuff. So
exactly.
It's going to be a more defensive-minded team. So I can't wait to see that.
So here's something that the Sea Dragons literally just put out 11 minutes ago. We are working on some cool projects for home games. What's our battle cry? What are our fans yelling to get pumped up? So see, there you go. It's stuff like that to get the fan base engaged that needs to be going across the entire league. Listen, like Brett said, I am a Lovie Smith fan because he was a Bears. Dan says he's got somebody in Joplin who has tickets, can't wait. And then he says, seeing what happens. Patience is a virtue. Be zen with what they're saying. Look, I get it. I get that that's what we're wanting to do. I mean, does it suck that it's taken them 30 months where we're 52 days away from kickoff to even know when games are? Because, to me, I think they fumbled with not having a schedule released.
Yeah.
Or something because of Christmas season game tickets that they could have went far. I think what it is, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what it is, but maybe they're just trying to go through the list of season ticket deposit holders they have to get all those tickets before they release the schedule. Is it a smart business move? I would say no.
Heard of it.
You got to take different approaches a lot, and to see what works and what does not, right? So right now, the clock is seriously ticking. So, but I expect by the time February 18th rolls around, everybody's going to be back on board. Everybody's going to be on board with it. As soon as that schedule is dropped, people are going to lose their minds. As soon as this merchandise is dropped, people are going to lose their minds. Take my money, take my money, take my money. It doesn't fail. Like you said, Dirty, even though he didn't do it on Christmas Day, it don't take nothing for The Rock to sit there and say, big announcement. for the XFL. All he got to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
XFL,
listen,
or
Brett,
XFL big announcement. It's a wrap.
right. Brett brought it up a while ago, back when Dwayne was on the Manning cast talking about, big things. This was back in January of this year. Big things coming from the XFL, big announcement, right? In a few weeks, months went by, nothing. But it got people talking. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's what they want people to kind of start talking about it. They get it, stir it up a little bit. So yeah, I agree with Art. I completely agree with him as well on that. So yeah, did I go to my?
What is this? Okay, go to Twitter. Let me do this. I'm on Twitter. So let's go to.
Are
Kevin.
You putting your Twitter out there?
We're
Kevin, you
put
putting your Twitter out comments. There? What is his Twitter handle?
I don't know. I'm just gonna Google his name.
I'm like, hey, now put your Twitter handle out there.
All right, I found it. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Wait a minute, are you gonna put this on the air?
That guy is from Lexington, so that ain't it. Oh, I spelt it wrong. What else is new? Dirty's name. It's literally right in front of my face, and I spell it wrong. What a moron! What a moron I am.
Okay.
What?
He put it out there. STL Tat 75. Put it out there.
What? STL.
Tat.
Gotta go. Got it. I got it, smart ass.
How you gonna call me that when you just sat there and called yourself an idiot?
All right.
Really?
Okay. Now you got to give me some kind of day there.
When you said it, right?
Kevin,
and as long as it's clean, then you can post it out.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is from yesterday. So he says, bought the league to make money. They dropped the ball. No schedule. No merch in the store. No schedule for single day sales. Hype is where the money is, and they missed it. Should have been done before Christmas at the latest. They ran out of time and hope for people to jump in the season.
Did they really?
See, look, we got Wayne right here, ready for DC. The question is,
did they really drop the ball? Did they?
Yep.
You think they did, right? You really think they did? I'm telling you, the minute that is said, be ready. And then they have something to say Sports Center, right? Guess where everybody's going to be jumping in at noontime here in the Central. And it's like 10 in the morning in Seattle with Kakeda in Washington. And good God Almighty, I'm telling you, they'll be ready. It's
11 o'clock. It's noon here. It's 11 o'clock where you are, Arlington.
No, it's noon where I'm at. What are you talking about?
You're in the Mountain Time Zone.
And that will wrap things up for this edition of the X-Fan Show because I have a
go to Teal Alpaca.
No, man. I ain't saying nothing about I'm going to actually take him off, man. Yeah, so you want to continuously stay stupid. Yeah, we'll remove and kick him out of there. Yeah.
Have a good one.
No, I'm just teasing now. I just do that because he just say some of the most silliest and dumbest stuff. And he know he's saying it because he knows it's going to get under my skin. So that's why I'm just like.
You're looking at him the wrong way.
Oh, there he is.
So now you just switched over on me, right? That's what you're doing? That's what you're doing to me?
This is the X-Fan Show Afternoon Delight. I am one of your hosts, Dirty. The guy said
former host of the X-Fan Show because he don't know how to keep his mouth shut and he just says all the most weirdest crap all the time. But I am the A-Train, Arlington Lane. Oh, don't get your Home Alone face on somewhere, man. Your ghost face. But I want to say something else, but I can't because we on live. No, your horn. I got a chance to go down today. Hey, and something's literally wrong with him. I don't know, but I know for real though, because we going overtime and we going through the rails as we usually do. But hey, thank you for tuning in to this edition of the X-Fan Show. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And you said get in touch with your inner zen. That's right. That's what Dirty was doing, literally. He's getting in touch with his inner Zen. That's what he has going on. I'm glad you guys, we get to have fun with you every week. Hey, stay tuned for some big stuff from us come tomorrow. All right, we got some big things going down. We're not going to tell you, though, but you have to stay tuned to find out. See? You see how that one was pulled off?
Okay.
Well, Arlington, we have a big special show tomorrow. And Kincaid, you're going to be joining me for the later edition. Arlington will be joining us in the early edition of the show, which is a big special guest, so tune in tomorrow. But then the later edition of the show, Dirty will bury the hatchet in extended olive branch. Mark Perry.
I want to see that so bad. I want to see that so bad.
Will be joining us tomorrow. So, Kincaid, you're probably going to have to play referee tomorrow,
I got you.
Tomorrow night.
Hey,
we'll see.
I definitely got. Hey, you guys got to tune into that one on the late edition. That's what we're gonna start calling it. We're gonna call that the X-Fan After Dark because that's what it is.
Hey man,
the B-Hawk late edition.
The X-Fan After Dark show. So make sure you guys tune into that on tomorrow on our Facebook channels and YouTube channels, and you can follow us Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and then go to our Pro Football Alliance channels on Facebook and YouTube as well. Hey, shout out to our sponsor, the Teal Alpaca. As you can see right there, as Dirty is has the hat, the new Battlehawks hat that you can get. So
now hold on. Let's make that clear. It's not a Battlehawk hat. It's Battlehawk colors.
Inspired. It's inspired.
Right.
Inspired.
They will. Teal Alpaca will make all team colors. All you got to do is just go to Teal Alpaca on Facebook, follow them and like them, send it. The hat that I am wearing right here with shipping and all of that is $25. That includes the shipping. With it, they got scarves that can be made in team colors, ear warmers for the wife, made in team colors. So if you're a tailgater and all of that stuff, like I know in DC it gets cold and stuff like that. It gets cold. Seattle gets cold. Teal Alpaca. It is TEALALPACA. Yes, Teal Alpaca. Go to their website or go to their page on Facebook. Reach out to them. Tell them what team color you would like, and they'll get that sent over to you. Hand quality made. And I'm sweating my sack off in this thing.
But there it is, it's Teal Alpaca. Hey, and we're also on IG at X-Fan Show. So make sure you go check us out on Instagram, getting that together. And we joined late to the party, but who cares at this point? It's the fact that we're out there. And we're going to have some great content that we're going to post up hopefully each and every day. We're going to get all that together, especially in the new year. We'll wrap it up.
That's the guy down there below us who's going to have to do that. That's what he does.
We'll work out something, man.
Kincaid, somebody wants to know: Do we have a TikTok page?
I'm still trying to see what I could do with that. I could try to make one. I want to have the right. I don't know if I need good equipment for that. Maybe I can just do it from my phone. I can definitely take a look at that and see what I could do to make a TikTok or whatnot.
I'll do goofy videos for our TikTok page.
We already know that.
Yeah, I can.
Do them on your own. You already do them on your own. All right, that'll wrap things. Say that again, KK. What'd you say?
Well, do you like a good intro? Maybe he could do the intro right there. Maybe that could be a little intro.
Jeez. Man, you give him too much power right now, man.
Right?
Way too much power. See? What I'm gonna do
Sure.
All right.
See you guys tomorrow.
We'll see y'all for another edition of the X-Man Show. Catch us all on all of our platforms. We are out. Thanks, Kid K. Thanks for joining us, baby.
Thank you. We'll catch y'all.
Hot water.
See y'all later, man.
Water.
Take care.
Hot water.